Hi guys, my name is Emily Bassett, and yeah, I'm on the marketing team here. So if you've come to any of the other events, we've certainly met before. But I actually have the honor and privilege of introducing our next speaker, which is definitely someone you've all met, Miss Deborah Drummond, and we'll be talking about so many fun things today, all around obviously this amazing planner. So, Deb is actually a pioneer in the world of entrepreneurship and was one of the first in Canada to create companies in the health and wellness sector. And I know we have some people from her health and wellness past in here, so you'll know better than us. To date, she has built 7 international companies and inspired thousands around the globe. She's been recognized in Success Magazine 48 times, which I feel like that's a fact we've really been on today, and has been given numerous nominations, as well as won numerous of those nominations for her accolades and her personal and business achievements. She's the founder and visionary behind the show, Stand Up or Show Up, Stand Up, Speak Up, Yes You movement, which truly has become a movement from Ireland to the Emmys. We're gonna have to change that from our old thing. And it's televised, it's a heart-centric project and movement that reaches over 350 million people around the globe, and it's designed to inspire women and those who support women to remember the solidarity of International Women's Day. Deb's 30-year deep dive of study and training in top performance has built her reputation in the field as a speaker, mastermind trainer, and personal coach. She's inspired, educated, and motivated audiences of over 20,000 to stand to their feet. In her private practice, Deb has personally worked with over 30,000 clients, moving them to a higher state of optimal health and wellness. And I mean, gosh, you know that this woman has to have top performance tips in order to pull all of this off. But she also is the radio host of Mission Accepted podcast. So some of you, I think I've seen on there, and has built her reputation in the field as and she's interviewed dynamic entrepreneurs, creatives, and media professionals who share the guts and glories of entrepreneurship. And finally, that includes a new sort of the Gen Z is Us segment, which really plays into her doing interviews with her son, Ocean, and focusing on momagers and dadagers and the Gen Z entrepreneurs that are creating successful and generational companies, experiences, and wealth. We are so excited to have you here today, Deb. What are we going to talk about?
All right. Well, thank you. It's a nice professional introduction. I'm so excited. Thank you. And on that podcast note, for anyone that likes exposure, please feel free to contact us if you like to do it. Me and Carmel have been rocking out some incredible group podcasts. And if there is a momager or dadager that you know that has a young entrepreneur running around driving a little cray-cray, they can contact us and we're happy to gift them to come on to the show. It's just a lot of fun. So I'm going to talk about something today that people ask me often, and I know me and Dorothea just finished creating a full day workshop on it, because it's the kind of thing that when you talk about, you talk more and you talk more. And Leslie, as you sit there with that perplexed look going, what could it be? We didn't announce it to anyone yet, but I do get asked a lot about how does media and trade shows go together? For me, a trade show is an incredible form of media. And for those of you that are here that have fiscal goals around being an entrepreneur, or you have something that you would share at a live event or at a trade show, I'm just going to share some, again, organizing tips or high yield tips. We talk a lot about my relationship to Success Magazine. That was due to a high yield of growth numbers. And I did all of that work predominantly in trade shows. So there was a time in my life where I had an intimate relationship with my suitcase, and I opened up countries like Australia and Europe, and even opened up countries like Canada, the one I live in, for other companies. And I plane trained and automobiled myself to a considerable place in my business. I really truly believe it's not what you do, it's how you do it. even when it comes to being organized. Why would I do a book on a planner of strategic planning? It's how you choose the strategic plan that's going to yield you your results. We know that whether you're making a cake, you're going to make it properly. It's going to lift higher if you whisk it 3 seconds more. I mean, it really is about tweaking what you're probably already doing. So if you've ever had that experience of going to a trade show and watching someone else booth, now every booth at every show, just to let you know, there's always one that it's their day. Like the trade show gods open up and they were going to rock and roll no matter what they do. Happens at every show. I've been to 250 trade shows. It happens at every show. But for the rest of you that are at that show that didn't 777 that experience that day, there's things that you can do to really put things more in your favor. I'm doing one right now. One's wearing a watch. When you're on a trade show, have everything you need on that table or really close by. Do not keep you might have investor packages, you might have samples, you might have business cards, you might have brochures, you might have blah, blah, blah. You might have things that you've kept behind on the back of the table. Okay. Or at another cocktail table behind you. Okay. Because they are high value. You've made these $25 investor packages and you don't want someone to walk off with it. Or let's say that you're in skincare or a product base or jewelry or what have you, and you have gifts you're willing to give and you don't want them on the front. That's fair. But do not put anything under the table you need that day. Don't put anything in your purse that you got to go search for. There's nothing worse. You're standing at the front of a table and someone's like, oh, I got something for you. Hang on. There's this bustle going around. Now you've broken the connection and you're behind scrambling trying to find something. So if you are going to be at a trade event, have everything accessible. Goodness knows your phone's in arm's length. So can the things that you're going to give away. That's a really big one. You'll see people do it all the time. So from a trade event, having accessibility, even if that accessibility is, oh my goodness, you know what, Leslie, I've got a beautiful pair of earrings I'd love to give you. Come with me. Come with me to the back table so you don't leave someone hanging there and break that connection. These are all little tweaky things that you're going to figure out. A lot of people spend a lot of time making a list of everything they need to bring to the show. Product, stands, TV, electrical cords, banners. Trust me, the list goes on and on and on. More people spend more time on that list than their list of why they're going. It's true. Why are you going? Why are you going? Before you pick your brochures or what you're going to give away or what you're going to do, why are you going? I'm going to make sales. What kind of sales? Is it you want people to come into your business? Like, so Carol, you want people to come into your business, or do you want to sell product? Because it's a different conversation. It's a different setup on the table. It's a different accessibility. It's a different, what are you putting in your phone? Is it your press kit or your Instagram link? What is it? So you need to decide what you're going to do at that show prior to going. And look, you guys are entrepreneurs. You have a million things you can talk about. No more than two. No more than two. No more than two. If you're there for a 3-day show, you can change your mind each day and you can talk about 2 different things each day. Go ahead. Not recommended, but if you're like, are you kidding me? Then you can change it each day. But if my goal is to build my Instagram, I'm going to lead with something different. It's going to be a different brochure. It's going to be the first thing I'm wanting to exchange with you, right? Oh my gosh, I'd love to connect with you later. Look, let's exchange Instagram. Oh, you're not on Instagram? Okay, let me do this instead. It's on your card, your business card that you're giving away. Don't tell me you don't have business cards, or we're going to have just a really long conversation later. Okay, so if you're giving someone a business card and it doesn't have your Instagram on there and you're there to build Instagram, you might want to rethink that. But you're not going to have time to rethink it if you're worried about the banner and you're not worried about why you're there. So any good marketing 30, 60, 90 days ahead is great planning. But first of all, plan why you're going. If it's for sales, drop it down. Or if you're in direct sales and you got 15 products, what are you going to lead with? Because 15 is ridiculous. Talk about 15 products, right? Have 15 products on your table, go ahead. But what do you want to talk about? Pick 3 that you will choose from. Probably the best selling item would be probably a good place to start, or the one that you use the most. So what are you doing there? What are you going to talk about? And how are you going to talk about it? and then having everything on your table, and then having a watch so you can look. Honestly, do it. Like, where's your phone? I can tell you what time it is right now. Can you tell me that? You're going to look on your computer. You're going to go, oh, there it is, or there's my phone. You can go like this. So a watch is really good. The last thing I want to talk about is where a lot of people make a mistake, and that's in the draw. That's in if you don't have a draw, well, we really need to talk, because if you don't know that you're there for lead generation, you're there for lead generation, right? So you're going to have a draw of some kind, and most people want to have a draw. Oh my goodness! So I don't know. Let's talk about Carmel. So Carmel has this incredible coach. Let's say she's doing, I don't know, she's at the trade show and she's got a magazine that she's getting subscribers for. It's a mountain bike magazine, and you can also get top performance, high performance mountain bike coaching. And she's like, oh my gosh, Deb, you got this incredible 262 wine. I'd love to give a bottle away. I'm like, I'd love to have that exposure. Let me do it for you. Wrong, 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 wrong. Why? No, let them better. Let me give you a TV. Let me put a TV. Let's do a draw for a TV. Do you know how many people would fill that draw for TV? You and everybody like you. So Carmel's going to have 100 leads, 150 leads. Awesome. Have fun, because they're not looking for a magazine. They want a TV. You're better off. Trust me, I went all around, and at that point it was skin and body and brain. That's what I was talking about. Science-based skin, body, and brain. So that's what I gave away. I would rather have 10 leads for people that want to have a better brain than 100 people that want a TV. Why? I don't sell TVs. I don't sell TVs. So what a big waste of time. Ooh, 100 emails into your database, and they want TVs. So chances of them unsubscribing very high. I see it all the time. And then I'm going to give you kind of one last thing to do. The next live event you go to that's trade-based, take every one of your business cards, because you have them, and I want you to go put them in every draw, every draw. I did this with my son very early on. I'm like, let's go. Every single table, every trade show we did, and I did a lot. On average, I got one, maybe two calls. Maybe if I was in a large show. People don't phone. They don't call. You don't follow up. I call it profit calling. Change it. It's profit calling. If you are the person that actually calls, good on you. Because you'll outdo 90% of the people that paid the same price you did, got a corner booth and paid for extra, brought in, gave samples, all of it. And the sooner you call, the better. Because there's going to be a couple of other people that took my class, and they're going to call them too. And first to the run is first to the run. And you've all done it. Well, I heard about it from her first. I talked to her first. Oh, I did that. I do a 6-hour class. If you're interested, awesome. I'm sure that we're going to put the link in, and you can come spend some time with me. But if you do a trade show right and you duplicate that right, that's literally how I got to #1 in 10 countries out of 2,000 people. And I was 2 years behind the game. People were 2 years ahead of me. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So the next live event you go to, I hope that that has been helpful for you. At the very least, wear a watch and don't sit. And with that, they're like, what do you mean don't sit? Don't sit, go for a walk. Hopefully that's been helpful for you. So that's what I have for you today. You can put some things, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. We'll capture the chat. I'm happy to call you later. I do have a class. I'm going to be gifting at the end of the day 2 speaker shout outs to our next incredible summit. So we've had up to 6,000 people come to our summits. We have these incredible speaking juicy opportunities that happens between speakers. We call it a speaker shout out, where the highlights on you. They're $350. And I'm going to gift 2, and I'm going to gift it at the end of the night. So that is your gift. And I'm also going to throw into that abundance package, I'm going to put in a private session. That's going to be a private media session. Maybe you want to know how to media score. Maybe you want to know how to media stack. Maybe you want to do live events. Maybe you want to know how to start to create a media plan. But anything media, then I will throw that into the abundance package as well. So we've got a nice little abundance package going on. All right. So yay, yay, yay. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm not going to tell you to give me jazz hands. It seems kind of weird, but I love you and thank you and appreciate that you're all here.